The British economy is going down with the British pound. As we can see on this chart, the British pound is going down against Swiss franc, and it is happening every day, every week, every month. The British pound against Swiss franc is going down. So that means even if you have more British pounds in your hand every year, that must be equal to the rise of Swiss franc, or maybe that must be equal to the crash of the British pound to Swiss franc. Look, if you had 1,000 British pounds in 2007, you would get for this 1,000 pounds 2,500 Swiss francs. Today it is only 1,000 francs, actually 1,070 francs, but already it was almost 1,000 only. So you are losing having this nominal amount of money in your pocket to Swiss franc. If you had a Swiss franc, 100,000 Swiss francs in 2007, and if you bought a British pound that time, you would lose a lot of money. If you actually bought Swiss franc in 2007, you would have today almost 250,000 British pounds, so you would gain 150% just on buying Swiss franc for British pound. This is what is happening to the British economy. In 1985, it was actually a similar situation, but even worse. As for £1, you would get 3.4 Swiss francs. So that means for each £1,000, you would get 3,400 Swiss francs, and the same situation in 1980, you would get almost 5k for each 1k pounds, but in 1974 you would get almost 7,000 Swiss francs for each 1,000 pounds. Now it is only 1,000 francs for 1,000 pounds. This is how the British economy is going down together with the British pound. Do you think that it is only the Swiss franc that is gaining, or actually that the British pound is losing only to Swiss franc? No, it is not the truth. Look at this. This is British pound to gold just since August 2003. The British pound lost almost 100% to gold. So it is losing every day. It is happening all the time. Look at this. This chart shows that in 2019, the British pound. In 2018, for 1 ounce of gold you would have to give 926 pounds. Today it is 2,500, but it was already over 2,600. But if you are interested in buying good investment pure gold, then you would have to pay much more, because the gold coins, the ducats or something like this, let's say Australian kangaroo, is more expensive than that. So you would have to give, let's say, 2,700 on this top that was just actually a few days ago. This is what is happening to the British pound. It is losing to Swiss franc, it is losing to gold. You think it is only gold and Swiss franc? No way. In 2025 years ago, one Czech crown was 64 Czech crowns. Today, for 1 British pound, today 1 British pound is only 29 crowns, and but it was in 2023 25 Swiss Czech crowns, and the Swiss franc is the interest rate on Swiss franc is lower than on the British pound. This is what is happening. It is losing from 70 to 25. Can you imagine? 26 with the higher interest rate than the Czech crown. Moreover, look at this. GBP to euro. Once in 2015, 1 euro was 1 pound was 1.44 euros. Now it is 1.16, but the interest rate on euro is only 2.4, but on the British pound is 4.5. So that means the mortgages are so high, the interest rate on mortgages is so high that actually people in Great Britain getting worse life every day. Look at this. In 2000, you would get for each £1,000 almost 2,000 euros, actually 1,760 pounds per 1,000 euros per 1,000 pounds, 1760 British pounds per one. I'm sorry, 1760 euros per each 1,000 pounds. Today it is only 1,160 euros per 1,000, but it was already almost only 1,000 euros in 2022, 1,000 euros in 2020, 1,000 euros in 2019, 2017, 2016, and in 2008 it was less than 1,000 euro. It was let's say 995 euros or 990 euros per every 1,000 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the end. I would show you more examples, but this is the last example. This is silver. This is silver, ladies and gentlemen. Even to silver. Look at this 2015 one coin, silver coin, let's say around £9, and then it is actually climbing up, and from 9 to 10 to 12, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, and it was already almost 27 British pounds. Today it is 24.77, almost 25. So that means, you see, it is 1, 2, 3, 300% just from here from 2020 or to 2015, 1916. So everything is gaining to pound is losing to everything. Why is this happening? Well, it is happening due to low interest rates. It is happening to the interest rate, low interest rate. It is happening because of the quantitative easing, so the printing of the British pound, and of course because people don't want British pound anymore. That's why the British pound is losing to everything, and the quantity of money in Britain is going up, and people are more and more actually educated in this matter. And if they are educated in financial matters, then the hidden knowledge is not hidden anymore. So people understand what is paper, what is gold, what is silver, what is Swiss franc, what is Czech crown, what is crypto, etc. And people understand what has a worth and what doesn't have. People are getting actually educated by people, and they tell what is happening. They tell them this hidden knowledge for centuries is not hidden anymore, and now people know and people understand, and you can't hide this knowledge, and people understand what is the British pound, and they follow actually all those formula that may give them some wealth, that may give them some profit. And one of those formula says that currencies like the British pound that actually increasing M3 heavily with the very low interest rate, and with the high quantitative easing, growing M3, and with the economy that is closing itself, and many people are emigrating from the Great Britain, because this is also one of the indicators, as the Great Britain economy is economy where people been coming for decades, but in the same time people been getting out of the United Kingdom to Australia and other countries. There are not many Australian people that are emigrating from Australia or something like this, but there are so many British people that are going to Australia, New Zealand, and they are leaving because Great Britain is not this is indicator that if the British people doesn't want to live in Great Britain, it is not a good place, and only they can. That's why people are. That's why the British government was willing to take other nations from poorer actually countries, but those poor countries are not so poor anymore, and now the only third world countries are coming to the United Kingdom, and in the same time the tens of thousands of real British people that have been living there for centuries are getting out of the Great Britain. And this is one of the most indicators showing the strength of the currency, because if you don't want to live in your country, that means, well, due to, let's say, that your country getting poorer, so they understand that, they see, they check, and if your country getting poorer, that means your currency can't be so good. Well, if we take if we consider, if we maybe give another example, if you from your country people are going to Spain to live because they have money and they rich and etc., so this is a different story. But if of people are going to Australia because they can't meet their ends, that they can't actually feed their children in the United Kingdom, then that means something is happening there, and nobody wants a currency that is going down. Of course, the Australian dollar is also going down against euro, against other currencies, Swiss franc, against dollar, against gold, silver, but well, they have very high point, and Australia is nice and is different, but this is we are talking about the crash of the United Kingdom. Yes, there is a crash in the United Kingdom, the economic crash, currency crash, but it is going down, but they've been very high, so the crash can go on. Crash been going on because and many people don't understand this, because still United Kingdom is on very high level compared to other countries. It is going down, it is not going up, it is going down, but it's still on very high level compared to other countries. Still it has one of the highest GDP, but it's going down. Of course, other countries are actually getting close to Great Britain, but why then why people then ask why I never heard about the crash of the United Kingdom? Well, because the United Kingdom was on very high level, and it's been happening all the time, and throughout the years, bit by bit, day by day, week by week, month by month, and in this way we are from 7 Swiss francs per 1 pound to 1 Swiss franc per 1 pound, from 2 British, well, from $2 per 1 pound to $1 per 1 pound, etc., from 300 British pounds per 1 ounce of gold to 2,700 British pounds per 1 ounce of gold. This is what is happening, and I don't think so that will be stopped. We know for sure that the level of the Great Britain is still high compared to many countries, is still high. That's why many people don't agree with this statement, but this is not my statement. This is statement of those charts. This is statement of real data that I actually showed you just now. Please subscribe my channel so I can produce more video like this. Thank you very much, and I wish you good luck. Thanks. Hope to see you soon, very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.